Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics, giving you the crucial insights you need.
Making sense of the important stuff.
Exactly. And today, we're plunging into, well, the really exciting, innovative world of digital assets. Think crypto, NFTs, decentralized finance.
Yeah, it's a space just brimming with innovation, constantly evolving. For a lot of people, it really does feel like the future of finance.
It absolutely does. An incredible frontier, huge potential for financial independence, new digital economies.
Mhm. But like any frontier, any rapidly expanding landscape, it comes with its share of uncharted territory and unfortunately some very real risks.
That's the core of it, isn't it? We have to talk about the unfortunate reality of crypto scams.
We really do. And they're not just about losing money, which is, let's face it, painful enough.
Right.
They can be emotionally devastating too, really impacting trust, self-worth. It goes deep.
That's precisely why our mission today feels so critical. This deep dive is, well, it's meant to be your essential guide, understanding these scams, giving you the knowledge to protect yourself.
And crucially, knowing what steps to take, immediate steps, long-term steps, if you ever find yourself targeted.
Yeah, we want to unpack those practical steps, the resources that can genuinely make all the difference when it really counts.
Absolutely. By the end of this deep dive, you should have a clear roadmap, how to navigate this landscape more safely with, greater resilience.
We want you to feel empowered, prepared, ready to spot the warning signs and equipped to act decisively if the worst happens.
Okay, so where do we start?
Let's start with the first line of defense, prevention fundamentals. These are those immediate foundational steps, crucial for safeguarding your digital assets.
Think of them like your daily security habits in the crypto space, your personal digital bodyguards, maybe.
Good analogy, exactly. These are the basic non-negotiable actions that can actually prevent a lot of common attacks.
So the very first habit, what is it?
Pause and verify. Sounds simple, right?
Deceptively simple.
But in our fast-paced digital world, it's just so easy to rush. You need to make a conscious effort, always, to think before you click, before you respond to messages.
Especially those ones that create that sense of urgency or, seem way too good to be true.
Absolutely. That split second of hesitation, just taking a breath, can literally save you from falling into a trap.
I've had those stories too. People almost clicking a link that looked identical, like exactly like their Exchange login.
And then they notice one letter off,
Mm.
or a weird character.
Yeah. It just shows how vital that pause is.
And right alongside that, meticulous checking. You really need to build that habit, diligently double-checking URLs, email addresses, messages.
Looking for those tiny inconsistencies, suspicious characters.
Because scammers are masters of subtle tricks. They use almost identical website addresses. It's typo squatting.
Right. Or email sender names that look legit at first glance. They might swap an O for a 0 or an L for a 1.
Little things designed to trick your brain into just accepting it as legitimate.
It's all about visual deception. And then we get to what you called the cardinal rule, the golden rule.
The absolute non-negotiable. Never, ever share your private keys or seed phrases.
We really cannot stress this enough, Ken.
Your private key is like the actual physical key to your digital vault. Anyone who has it can just transfer all your funds. Gone.
And the seed phrase, that list of usually 12 or 24 words, that's the master recovery code. It lets you regenerate your entire wallet from scratch if you lose your device.
Which means anyone with that phrase also has full control. So let's be crystal clear. No legitimate service, no platform, no individual, not your exchange, not a developer, not even a support agent will ever ask you for this information.
Ever. If someone asks for your private key or seed phrase,
They are a scammer. Full stop. End of story.
it is the ultimate red flag. If anyone under any circumstance asks for those, just disconnect. Assume it's a scam. Walk away.
Okay, so beyond guarding those keys, what else? Essential security tools.
Right. You need to actively use things like 2FA, two-factor authentication, and robust antivirus software.
These aren't nice to haves. They're really vital layers of protection.
And when it comes to 2FA, it's worth mentioning that app-based authentication, like Google Authenticator or Authy, is generally much more secure than getting codes via SMS text message.
Why is that?
Well, because of a pretty prevalent scam technique called SIM swapping.
Ah, yes. Heard about that. That sounds nasty.
It is. It's quite sophisticated. Scammers basically trick your mobile provider into transferring your phone number to their SIM card.
Wow.
Yeah. And once they control your number, they can intercept all those SMS-based 2FA codes for your crypto accounts, email, banking, everything. They can essentially lock you out in Jane access.
Okay, so app-based authenticators avoid that.
Exactly. They generate the codes directly on your device, your phone or tablet, making them immune to SIM swap attacks. So use them. Seriously.
Got it. So following these practices, these are really the cornerstone of keeping your funds safe, right? Avoiding many common scam attempts.
It's about building a robust digital hygiene. Basic, but essential.
Okay, so we've covered prevention, but what happens when, despite your best efforts, despite being vigilant, a scam hits?
Yeah, that's a gut-wrenching moment. You realize your funds are gone, or maybe your identity's been compromised.
We really have to acknowledge the profound emotional impact of falling victim. It's totally normal to feel this wave of anger, embarrassment, stress, anxiety.
Oh, absolutely. The feeling of violation can be immense. It's personal.
And it's so important to understand, right, that falling for a scam doesn't mean you're foolish.
Not at all. It means they were skilled at deception. Scammers are professionals. They manipulate trust, they exploit cognitive biases, they create these incredibly convincing illusions.
And not a reflection on your intelligence.
No, it's a testament to their mastery of psychological manipulation. They prey on our desire for opportunity, our trust, sometimes even our fear.
And when it happens, the crucial first step, what is it?
Act. Immediately. Every minute can count.
Right. Swift action can significantly increase the chances, maybe not guaranteed, but increase the chances of recovering funds, preventing further losses.
And just helping you begin to heal from the experience, you have to try and switch quickly from that shock phase into action mode.
Okay, action mode. So once you've gathered yourself a bit, reporting is key. Absolutely key.
Definitely. If you're in the U.S., you'll want to file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC. You can just visit their website, ftc.gov/complaint.
And what information do they need?
Be prepared to give as much detail as possible. The scammer's contact info if you have it, how you were actually scammed, the transaction details, the losses you incurred.
And evidence is important too.
Hugely important. Attach any evidence you have. Emails, screenshots of messages, transaction IDs, website addresses, anything. The more info, the better their chances of seeing a pattern or helping.
And it's not just the FTC in the U.S., is it?
No, there are other crucial resources. There's the Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, that's part of the FBI, investigating cyber fraud, a primary point of contact for Internet crimes.
Okay.
And you can also look at the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN. They focus more on tracking suspicious crypto transactions and broader financial fraud. These agencies often work together, so reporting helps build that bigger picture for law enforcement.
Good to know. What about for our listeners outside the U.S.?
Yeah, absolutely. There are dedicated resources globally, and reporting internationally is just as vital. In Europe, Europol is key for tackling international financial fraud.
Okay.
For UK citizens, it's Action Fraud, that's the National Fraud Reporting Center. In Canada, there's the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, the CAFC.
Right.
If you're in Australia, the Australian Cybersecurity Centre handles cybercrime reports. And in Singapore, the Singapore Police Force has a dedicated financial fraud division that deals with crypto scams.
That's quite a list.
It is. And just to note, for all these agencies, we'll put direct links to their reporting pages in our show notes, so you don't need to scramble writing them down right now.
Perfect. Beyond these specific bodies, though, what about just local police?
Yes, absolutely. Contact your local law enforcement, even if they feel they can't directly investigate a crypto-specific crime, maybe due to lack of specialized training or resources right there.
Which can happen?
It can, but they can file an official report that creates a crucial paper trail, and often they can escalate it to cybercrime units within their force or at a higher level that do have that expertise. It's a vital first step for formal documentation.
And if you're still looking for the right place?
There's a helpful global directory from the Global Cyber Alliance Act.globalcyberalliance.org that can help you find relevant reporting bodies in your specific region. Again, link in the notes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, a really specific critical step, if you used a centralized platform, like an exchange.
Yes. Contacting your cryptocurrency exchange. If you sent funds through a major one, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, you know the names you need to report it to them immediately.
Time is really of the essence here, isn't it?
Absolutely critical. Log into your exchange account, find the Report Fraud or Security Support section. Most reputable exchanges have one pretty clearly marked.
And what do you tell them?
Explain clearly that the recipient of your funds is a scammer, and importantly, request that they put additional security measures on your account.
What kind of measures?
Could be temporarily freezing withdrawals, adding extra verification steps, basically anything to protect any funds you might still have there.
Now, let's be clear about what exchanges can and can't do.
Right. This is crucial. Exchanges cannot reverse crypto transactions. That's a common misconception.
Because of the nature of blockchain, right?
Right.
Irreversible once confirmed.
Exactly. Once a transaction is confirmed on the blockchain, it's final, immutable. But exchanges can still play a vital role.
How so?
They can flag the scammer's wallet address within their system. This helps prevent further fraud using that specific address on their platform.
Ah, okay. So it helps protect future potential victims using that same exchange.
Precisely. And it can potentially assist law enforcement in their investigations by providing valuable data about the scammer's fund movements on that platform. So while you might not get your money back directly from the exchange...
You're still helping prevent future harm and providing crucial intelligence.
Exactly. It's an important step.
Okay. So we've covered immediate reporting. But the impact goes beyond the financial loss, doesn't it? We need to talk about securing your wider digital life and managing the emotional side.
Absolutely. This isn't just about the crypto wallet. It's about your overall peace of mind and digital security.
Especially if you shared any personal information, right? Not just crypto addresses, but maybe ID documents, passwords, personal details.
Yes. If that happened, immediate action is necessary to protect yourself from identity theft.
Which can be a total nightmare.
A long, drawn-out nightmare. So, first steps. If you're in the U.S., visit identitytheft.gov. They have comprehensive guidance on securing your personal data after a breach.
What else?
Critically, contact the major credit bureaus in your country, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion in the U.S., similar ones elsewhere to freeze your credit reports.
Why is that so important?
It prevents scammers from opening new credit cards, taking out loans, or opening other financial accounts in your name using your stolen information.
Got it. Essential step.
And, of course, change passwords. For all your online accounts, not just crypto-related ones, assume any account linked to the compromised info or even the device you used might be at risk.
Good point. Be thorough.
And enable two-factor authentication 2FA for every single one of those accounts. Use an app-based authenticator preferably. That extra layer is huge.
It really adds significant protection. Now, the emotional impact, we touched on it, but it really can't be overstated how critical managing this is.
Absolutely. You might feel this profound sense of self-blame, but you have to keep reinforcing to yourself, don't blame yourself.
It's hard, though.
It is hard, but remember, scammers are professionals. They use sophisticated psychological tactics, social engineering. They excel at creating scenarios that bypass our natural skepticism. Their methods are refined. This isn't about your intelligence. It's about their mastery of exploiting human vulnerability.
So talking about it helps.
Massively. Keeping the experience bottled up can just make the stress worse, prolong the healing. Talk to someone you trust. Friends, family, maybe a financial counselor who understands the specific trauma of financial fraud.
Are there support groups?
Yes. Many scam victims find immense solace in sharing online. Joining online support groups, forums where people have had similar experiences. It can really help you heal. Just knowing you're not alone is powerful.
That makes sense. Community helps.
Definitely. But a word of caution here.
Okay.
Avoid making rash decisions right after being scammed. Some people, understandably desperate to win back their losses, end up rushing into another risky investment.
Or worse, falling for a recovery scammer.
Exactly. Someone who contacts you promises they can get your crypto back for an upfront fee. That's almost always another scam, just preying on your desperation.
So it just leads to further losses, compounds the trauma.
Right. Take a breath. Take time to process everything. And if the emotional toll feels overwhelming, seriously consider talking to a professional, a therapist, a financial advisor. They can provide expert help to process the experience and guide you toward healthier financial decisions moving forward.
Okay. So, recovery steps taken, emotional well-being addressed. Now it's time to sharpen those scam detection skills again.
Exactly. Shifting focus back to proactive prevention, recognizing those crypto scam red flags to prevent future losses. This knowledge is really your long-term shield.
So what are the big ones to look out for?
Number one, the loudest alarm bell. Guaranteed profits. Any investment, any platform promising guaranteed returns, especially high, fixed, or just unrealistic ones.
It's almost certainly a scam, right?
Almost certainly. Think about it. Legitimate investments always carry risk. If it sounds too good to be true. Well, it isn't just a cliche. It usually means there's no actual investment happening, just a scammer pocketing your money.
Okay. Guaranteed profits. Massive red flag. What else?
Pressure to act fast. Scammers use urgency like a weapon. It's powerful psychologically.
How does that work?
They rush you. They want you to make quick decisions so you don't have time to think critically. They'll say things like, this exclusive offer is only available for the next hour. Or, you'll miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you don't invest now.
Trying to trigger that fear of missing out FOMO.
Exactly. They want to bypass your logical brain. But legitimate opportunities rarely demand immediate, unresearched action like that. Take a deep breath. Pause.
Good advice. What about payment methods?
Ah, yes. Unusual payment methods. Be very wary of requests for crypto-only payments, especially to a specific unfamiliar wallet address, or requests to use a Bitcoin ATM.
Why are those red flags?
Legitimate services, especially for larger or official transactions, usually offer various payment options, including traditional bank transfers, credit cards sometimes. Scammers often insist on crypto because it's much harder to trace and, crucially, impossible to reverse once sent.
Okay, so crypto only or Bitcoin ATMs, major red flags. Got it.
Then there's no transparency. This is a huge warning sign. If a company, a project, a platform, if they can't clearly explain how they generate profits or how their technology actually works or even who the team behind it is,
It's likely a scam.
highly likely. If the business model is a complete mystery or all you get are vague buzzwords and high-level platitudes with no specifics, walk away. Legitimate projects are usually eager to share their white papers, team backgrounds, audits, financial models. They want you to understand.
Transparency matters.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Anything else on the red flag list?
One more big one, private messages from support. Be extremely wary here.
How does this usually play out?
Scammers often pretend to be customer service reps. Sometimes they'll even mimic the support team from your actual exchange. They'll message you privately on platforms like Discord, Telegram, Twitter.
And what do they ask for?
They might ask for your private key or seed phrase, obviously a huge no-no. But they might also ask for seemingly less sensitive info, like your account balance, recent transaction history, or ask you to click a link to verify your account.
All potentially leading to a compromise.
Exactly. Remember the key rule. Legitimate support teams will never message you first on those platforms asking for sensitive details or credentials. You initiate contact with them through official channels, usually their website support portal, or a verified email address listed on their site.
Never trust unsolicited DMs from support. Got it.
Okay, so we know the red flags. How do we build that long-term security? Stay ahead in this constantly changing landscape.
It has to start with continuous education, right?
Absolutely. You need to keep learning, keep educating yourself about common scams, about crypto security best practices, because the scammers' methods and tactics, they evolve constantly. What worked as a defense yesterday might not be enough tomorrow.
Stay informed. What else? Platform choice.
Yes, always use reputable platforms. Stick to the well-known, trusted exchanges. Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, the established players. Be very cautious about unknown, unregulated, or brand new platforms, especially if they're promising unrealistic returns or features that seem too good to be true.
We mentioned 2FA before, but it's worth repeating.
Definitely. Make sure two-factor authentication is enabled on all your important accounts, crypto, email, social media, banking, everywhere you can. Use an authenticator app. It's an easy step, but incredibly powerful.
Double-checking links and emails, too. We keep coming back to this.
Because it's such a common attack vector, scammers create these fake websites that look incredibly real, pixel-perfect copies sometimes.
Yeah. So you have to always verify URLs before entering any information, before connecting your wallet. Look for the padlock icon, make sure it says HTTPS, but even then.
Meticulously check the domain name, character by character. Is that an O or a 0? An L or a 1? If you have any doubt at all, don't click the link. Type the official URL directly into your browser yourself.
Good practice. What about social media DMs?
Consider turning off direct messages on platforms like Discord, Telegram, even Twitter, especially in crypto-related servers or contexts.
Why?
Because scammers constantly use private messages to impersonate support teams, project founders, or offer fake giveaways and airdrops. Disabling DMs just cuts off a major attack vector. It significantly reduces your exposure to those unsolicited scam attempts.
Makes sense. Less noise, less risk.
Exactly. And finally, community involvement can be a really powerful protective measure.
How so?
Join trusted crypto communities, the official channels for projects you're interested in, but also report scams when you see them. Report them to the platform admins, report them in online communities to warn others.
Share your experiences, the red flags you've encountered.
Yes. You might just save someone else from falling victim. A strong, informed, vigilant community is actually a very powerful defense mechanism in this space.
And maybe one more thing, thinking bigger picture.
Yeah, beyond individual action, support transparency and regulation efforts. By advocating for stronger consumer protections in the crypto industry, we can all contribute to building a safer environment for everyone involved. It's about collective responsibility, really, helping build a more secure future for digital assets.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. The core message seems multifaceted.
It is. First, act quickly. Report scams, secure your accounts immediately if something happens. Every second counts.
Right. But just as vital, learn from the experience. Learn to recognize future scams, constantly sharpen those detection skills. Stay vigilant.
And maybe most importantly, take care of your emotional well-being. Seek support if you need it. The psychological toll is real, and addressing it is just as critical as securing your funds or reporting the crime.
Absolutely. Hopefully, you now have a clearer understanding of how to be your own shield in this dynamic world of crypto.
Okay.
Moving from potentially being a victim to being an informed protector of your own assets.
Which leads to a final thought, perhaps. In this financial landscape that's becoming increasingly decentralized, where individuals like you hold more direct control over your assets than ever before, how does that fundamental shift change things?
How so?
Well, does it empower us not just with potential financial freedom, but also saddle us with a profound personal responsibility? A responsibility for our own vigilance, our own security, our own recovery processes, making personal digital security truly the cornerstone of this new financial autonomy?
That's a deep question. It really reshapes our entire relationship with our wealth, our assets, and our digital lives, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something to really think about.